I'm sick of mowing my lawn.
And I just want a place I can go smoke a cigar, maybe watch the national championship or something.
Dude, that sounds fantastic. What are we talking about?
We're talking about luxury living in condos in South Reno. And we're talking Tanamera, and we're talking Fleur-de-Lis.
Luxury living?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? I'm Joe Hanich.
I'm Ryan Chicvara.
Welcome to our Living in Reno channel.
Yeah, here we're talking about what it's like to eat, sleep, play, live, hike, bike, golf, all of it.
You freaking name it, we're talking about it. Today we're doing some luxury condo living in South Reno.
Yeah, and we've touched on it in a previous video, you know, sort of downtown living. And so we know single family homes aren't for everybody and whatnot. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If this is your guys' first time to the channel, hit the bell.
you gotta like and subscribe, right?
Tap that subscribe button. We love putting out the content. Ryan and I are licensed real estate agents in the state of Nevada. So reach out, right? Call us, text us, email us, get a hold of us. We're answering the phones. But we're jumping into this one.
Yeah.
And what two units, what two condos are we talking
Basically, the complexes down in South Reno that have sort of the all-inclusive are Tanamera and Fleur-de-Lis.
Definitely.
So
we chose these two because it's luxury living, right?
yeah, and we've had some clients reach out personally that wanted to sort of break into this area, inspired us to go down there and check it out, right? So
Exactly. So we have these two units or complexes side by side. We're going to talk about the HOAs, the amenities, the walkability, the size of the units. And let's just freaking go.
let's do.
Let's go.
So Tanamera, a little bit lower on the price point, right?
Definitely.
So on the low end, sort of around the 300K, up to 515K, and this is just sort of what we've seen sell recently within there. Some of the listings we've seen as well. So not saying things can't be higher, maybe, but Fleur-de-Lis are mid 400s up to the mid 700s, right?
Definitely. And the Fleur-de-Lis are they're a lot bigger, right? The smallest unit in the Fleur-de-Lis is about 1,450 square foot,
which is closer to the largest unit in Tanamera.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So those ones range from Tanamera 830 square feet to about 1,550, and Fleur-de-Lis is 1,450 on the low end, all the way up to 2,700, basically.
2,800 square foot. That's multiple levels, right? That's a 2-story.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. The largest Tanamera is also a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Yeah.
Which
so
is
just,
great.
I guess you get the extra half bath there in the Fleur-de-Lis. They have single bedrooms in Tanamera on those 830, right?
Yeah.
Fleur-de-Lis has 2 bedrooms at the low end, right? So
Definitely.
price points make sense there, right? So Tanamera, a little bit lower of a price point because you're living in a little bit of a smaller unit. Fleur-de-Lis got some mammoths in there, which are the ones you're seeing in the mid 750s.
Exactly, and that's kind of the theme of both of these different developments, right? The Fleur-de-Lis is just a little bit higher, a little bit bigger, just a little bit more everything, right?
Yeah,
your HOA fees, your square footage, your price point, clubhouse, all of that. Yeah. But for bang for your buck, I think Tanamera, I mean, it definitely is holding its own.
Yeah.
And that we'll jump right into the HOA fees.
Well, just real quick too, want to touch on Tanamera does have 1-car garages attached to most of them. Fleur-de-Lis is a 2-car garage. And so throughout the complex, you're going to have the outside parking as well, the extra visitor parking spots, if you will. But did want to mention that too. So
yeah, that's a good one. And then the 1-car garage, a little bit of an oversized.
It's big, it's deep,
yeah.
But yeah, it's just if you've got 2 cars, you're going to be doing the thing where you might be planning with your significant other or whatever, like who has to leave first in the morning,
exactly.
Right? So,
as far as the HOA fee, Tanamera is quite a bit cheaper.
Yeah,
it is going to be $370 per month, right? And that's going to cover all of your amenities, snow removal, your water, your sewer, things like that. And the Fleur-de-Lis is
$757.
$757.
So if that's not for you, you can shut the video off right now, right?
Jeez, though, I'm out of here myself. No, that's an expensive one, right? For the amenities, when we compare the two, it's double, just about a little more than double than what Tanamera is, but I don't think you get double the amenities.
No. Fleur-de-Lis has 284 units. Did want to mention that as well, while Tanamera has 409.
Yeah.
So, square footage there. Makes sense that you'd have more units with smaller units, if you will.
Yep.
But with those HOA fees, both of them, you both have the pools, right?
Definitely. Before we get into that, I did want to mention there is a capital contribution. Anytime you sell anything in Tanamera, you're going to pay 0.5% to the HOA as the capital contribution, right? Simple math, $500,000 home, carry the 2, add the 1. That's going to be just about, $2,500?
Yeah, sounds right to me.
Exactly. And Florida Lee, it is $1,450 is their kind of capital contribution.
No matter what, right?
It's so 2 months worth of the HOA up front. Again, that's to build, right? Keep the money coming in, build the nest egg to make sure the HOA never has any issues with financials.
Which, when you're charging $750, you're probably never going to have that problem, which gives you that $1,450 number. They can do a little less because they've up front.
Exactly. But I mean, the reason why we wanted to do this video is to basically talk about the amenities.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into that. Each condo, each development has a pool.
Yeah. And so Tanamera has a lagoon style pool.
Yep.
That kind of just stretches across, and we've got B-roll and stuff. You'll see all of this, right? But
definitely
a couple hot tubs as well. While Fleur de Lis has 2 pools that are separated. One of them, I'm not going to call it a kiddie pool because it's open for everybody, but basically they only allow floaties in one pool, right? So that's just the other pool kind of
adults in one, potentially kids in the other,
Yeah.
even though they're the exact same depth, everything like that. I will say I would give advantage to the Tanamera pool.
Yeah, just the look of it. You've got some kind of rolling like waterfalls into the pool, the hot tubs.
It definitely, it's cool. It's cool looking. It is about 4,800 square foot. We did see that. They do claim that it is heated in the wintertime. You'll see on the B-roll. I mean, it was snowing on us, right? We had some blizzards that day, so it was 32 degrees. The steam coming off of the pool. It looks great as far as the heat. Ryan, you touched it.
I was going to say, you might see me. Joe I think this is the B-roll that I'm in most of any video we've ever shot. So I
try to shoot my guy, I try to get the action shots.
So yeah, I'm reaching in at one point though, and it's, it's cool enough, or warm enough, I guess, but in that weather, you're not going to be in that pool. It would be similar to getting into Tahoe. So
yeah, you're not doing laps. And the hot tubs, both hot tubs were going. Those said they got up to 104 degrees.
Didn't feel exactly 104 degrees at that moment, but same thing. Yeah, you're outdoors and
definitely
getting snowed on. So
yeah, and then just also all the seating too on the outside as far as your sunbathing. You're bringing the family. I do think again Tanamera kind of had the bar set a little bit higher than Fleur de Lis, but
for lack of a better way to describe it, I'd say Tanamera felt a little bit like a resort style pool, whereas Fleur de Lis felt like an apartment condo style pool.
Yeah, you nailed it. But again, both fantastic. And going into the gyms, both of them have,
kind of dated.
I'd say full size gym because they've got cardio equipment. They had free weights. They have machines. The machines were basically identical at both places.
Yeah,
super dated.
Same model, everything.
Exactly, super dated. Still functional stuff, and it worked well.
Yeah, you'll see the B-roll as well. Hitting some over the head triceps,
getting a good pump. But it's not state of the art, right? Yeah. It's not the new pre-core equipment. Same with the cardio stuff. So that's all very basic, very standard. Tanamera did have a Pilates area. That's what you're into. Fleur de Lis had a stretch room.
Yeah, and it might be used for Pilates or something like that. We saw, it was the middle of the day. We saw one gentleman was kind of doing his thing in there, but Tanamera does have 2 like racquetball, pickleball type style rooms. One of them has a basketball hoop in there, but like that aspect as well, just to be able to go shoot hoops or whatever in there.
Definitely. Yeah, it was a cool concept. Fleur de Lis does have a sauna in each of the men's and women's bathrooms in the gym.
Yeah, and I think this is kind of where they separate. I mean, both have like pool tables, right? Both have a pool table. Both have your business center, your library. Fleur de Lis library a little bit bigger. But this is kind of where Fleur de Lis separates itself a little bit, and I think you'll see on the B-roll. It feels like you're in sort of like a golf clubhouse. Architecturally, the look of it,
vaulted ceilings with these massive beams, right? 40-foot ceilings going up.
Armchairs throughout to sit around, hang out, a full bar. Tanamera has like sort of a little bar with like a kitchenette sort of area. That looked great. I did try the coffee. I'll give them a thumbs up there on the coffee. But yeah, Fleur de Lis, you'll see in the video. I mean, they've got a theater room, they've got a wine cellar. It's kind of head and shoulders above in that aspect.
Agreed, definitely. And the clubhouse at the Fleur de Lis is about 22,000 square foot.
Yeah.
As far as their wine cellar, fantastic concept, right? Have your lock, your key. You store your wine in your cellar. Everyone has a personal one, and then you can utilize the clubhouse whenever you want or during.
Walk across the hall and go check out a film, right?
Exactly.
The film room was pretty cool, and you'll see me in there as well in the little back lounge area.
Yeah. The wine cellars at the Fleur de Lis. The Tanamera had a cigar room, cigar lounge.
Cigar lounge, and it's actually really cool. It does have access from the inside. They ask that you go around the back. Obviously, that's probably just any smoke coming out the back way, but super cool little lounge. And they had, same thing, locker key.
Yeah, humidifier, I believe, so you can store your cigars there. Come in with the bros, the ladies, whoever, enjoy a cigar. Throw some sports on,
we're filming this today on Friday, and there's some March Madness games that I could definitely see myself watching March Madness in there and smoking a cigar with the boys.
It's funny, and each Ryan said each spot has a pool table. When we were at Tanamera, they had like a club going or something, right? There was probably like 6 people in there playing and keeping score and just having a good time. So cool concept.
Yeah, definitely. Walkability, we did want to touch on Tanamera. Being sort of right off the main drag there, right? Yeah. That you do have some walkability to some restaurants and stores and stuff like that right in the area.
Definitely, yeah. One of my go-to places for pho, right? Vietnamese food, fantastic right in there. Smith's, as far as grocery store, you're right there. There's a Sprouts right across the street.
Yeah.
The Tamarack, what's the sports bar right there in the corner?
You got me stumped. I don't know.
It's not the Tamarack. But anyway, sports bar. There's all sorts of stuff there that you could walk to from the Tanamera, basically, is what I'm getting at. The Fleur de Lis, you're not really walking.
Tucked a little bit more into the
development, into Damani Ranch, Double Diamond area there.
Yeah.
So just wanted to point that out. Tanamera is right next to a 200-acre protected wildlife sanctuary.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, so it's cool. So you'll have some units that back right up to it. So as far as the views go, you've got the protected bird sanctuary right there, hiking trails all throughout there. So neat little feature as well.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it, Joe. Wanted to keep this one kind of short and sweet. We know it's not for everybody, right? But if you are considering coming out this way and thinking that sort of the townhome condo living and want just everything included, these are 2 of the great spots down in South Reno.
Definitely. Yeah. So if they are the spot, give us a call.
Text us, email us.
Reach out to us.
Till the next time.
Stay tuned.